Karen, can I just ask you something? Emily, I know the rota's just gone out, okay? I don't want to discuss it. If you have any opinions, keep them to yourself. I'm just trying to help you. I promise, I'm just trying to keep your staff employed here so they don't quit. What? You seem to have this formula that on any particular week, one person is like on 6 doubles that week. Yes, I like to give everyone some extra responsibility at some point, so they have all the additional duties of being the duty person in the building. Okay, I understand that. First of all, you've got to pay people more for doing that. Excuse me? We've given them key holder duties and they're getting paid the same as the rest of us, so just, I don't know, they'll leave and find other pubs that will pay them more, I'm just saying. And because you don't pay them for these extra duties, why don't you just share them amongst everyone? Why does one person have to have a double week when every now and again one person can just do a double? Because, no, there is a reason. I'm sorry, I know you're not used to logic playing a part in these situations, so I'll just let you. Because it's for the needs of the business, Emily. I knew you would say that it was going to be the needs of the business. We all have to be team players, or we're a family here. One of those. What is it, Karen? Well, it appears that I have an awful lot on my plate at the moment with Jake being on leave, so I'm just going to teach you how to do some of the ordering so you can help out with that. All right, and that's normally your job, is it? Because, you know, you're a manager. Yes, that is normally my job, but I'm going to need you to do it whilst Jake is away so that I can concentrate on taking over his duties. Okay, yeah, and just to remind myself, I'm a floor team member, right? So I'm on absolute minimum wage. Is that right? Yes, Emily, you know this. Okay, so I'm gonna have to say no to doing any extra work just to help you out because I don't really get paid for that, Karen. Emily, I'm asking you to do something. As your manager, you know, you should respect my words and do as I say. Not if it means I have to do something that I'm not being paid for. Sorry. Emily, this attitude, like, why are you acting this way? I'm just acting my wage, Karen. But good luck with all the extra responsibilities. Just again, Emily, we're so excited to have you on board. Oh, me too. It's been a great first week so far. Oh, I just had a question about my probation period. Okay. I just wasn't sure how long it was because I know that the rules are a little bit different when you're in your probation period versus when you're not. So just how long is your probation period? Well, it's sort of, it depends, Emily, but obviously whilst you're in your probation period, we can let you go at any point. You can leave at any point. Please don't. It'd be great if you gave us a bit of notice. That would be professional. There's also some of the benefits that you don't receive until you are out of probation. Oh, okay. What kind of things do I have to wait for? Well, your full employee discount. So at the moment, we're going to offer you 10%. When you're out of your probation period, it goes up to 50. Your food allowance will not be applicable until you're out of your probation period. So there's no free food on breaks until then. Right. Anything else? Yeah, there won't be full pay until you're out of your probation period. We just need to make sure that you're really the right employee to be investing in before we give you all of those perks, you know? So how long is this probation period? Well, it's up for interpretation. No, it's not. How long is the probation period? Well, it starts at 3 months, but we can extend it, and we often do. I actually think everyone here is still on probation, even Kelly, who's been here since we opened in 2010. Hi, everyone. I've called this meeting because there seems to be some issues going on with the staff that we have here. And by that, I mean the dedication, the loyalty, and, you know, your work ethic. It's just not there, guys. It's just not where it needs to be here at the pub where we work. I've said this thousands of times, and I'm just so confused about why I have to continue to say it, but we are a family here. And what would you do for your family when they were sick? You would make sure that everyone is supported. And that does not mean leaving the pub short-staffed. So when I ask you to cover because someone is sick, I don't expect to hear a no. I don't see why you would do that to your family, your fellow employees. Why you would abandon them in this way, because that's what you're doing, guys. You are really throwing each other under the bus when you aren't available for cover. And I know that we all need time to ourselves, but if you come into work at 5, you've got the whole day to look after yourself, to do all the things you need to do before then you dedicate your time to your job. And I think that's more than enough time. So I hope this pep talk really sticks in your brain, guys, because we really are a family and there doesn't seem to be any loyalty at the moment. And I want you all to think about that, okay? So, the meeting only took about 20 minutes, half an hour, so we're not going to pay you for this. But for the next 30 minutes of the hour that was scheduled, I'm going to need everyone to do some shelf cleaning, okay? And I think that's fair. Emily, thanks for coming in for this little back to work meeting. Sure you know how important this is? Well, yeah, I guess it is important. I have been off sick for like a week and a half, so yeah, it's very important that we look after like your well-being. There's also the disciplinary factor. A disciplinary factor, Karen. I know what you're going to say, Emily. I can't have a disciplinary meeting with you without informing you before, but this is in a different meeting, so it's okay. How did you come to that conclusion? That's Bikram yoga stretching, that is. Emily, I know why you're trying to avoid this disciplinary meeting, okay? A lot of things have gone on while you've been on sick leave that are not okay. Not appropriate, right? I have no idea what you're talking about, Karen. Emily, come on. Really, I have no idea what you're talking about. Emily, I just think it's better for everyone in the long run if you confess. To what? Emily, you know what you did. Quite clearly I don't. Emily, the game's up. You were seen. You were spotted out and about. So this week and a half of sick leave that you had wasn't really sick leave, was it? Because you were here, there and everywhere. You were seen by multiple people. By who? Where? Emily, a staff member has come forward. So for their safety, I will be protecting their anonymity. I don't need to know, but I think this person is mistaken. I've literally been at home for the last week, and the previous half a week I was off, I was in the hospital. So I have not been anywhere outside of my house until I came to this meeting, which, by the way, my sick leave doesn't end till tomorrow. So the fact that I'm here, bit questionable. Emily, don't do this, okay? I know what I saw. I saw you in the city centre going into Superdrug. Okay, 1, even if that was me, you know there's a pharmacy in Superdrug, right? So maybe I was going to get meds, something, I don't know. 2, it was not me, because everything I just said still stands. I haven't left the house. You sure it just wasn't a blonde girl? Emily, stop trying to get out of this disciplinary, okay? I know what I saw. Karen, I am telling you, it was not me. Emily, I don't know what you expect me to do here. It's my word against yours. And I'm the manager, so I will be giving you a write-up today. Good morning, Emily. Oh, hey, Karen. I totally forgot it was your first day back today. How was your holiday? Yeah, it was great. What's gone wrong here, then? Sorry? Well, surely this place fell apart without me. So what did you do wrong? Let's see what mess I've got to clean up. Oh, honestly, Karen, it's been super chill while you've been gone, to be honest. We managed to get loads of the cleaning checklists done. I've done rotas for the next 6 weeks. Did you reorganize the cellar like I told you to? Oh, yeah, I did that like the first day you were gone. Did you just say you've done the rotas for the next 6 weeks? How? It was easy, really, because all of the staff put their availability and when they can't work in the diary, so I just worked off of that. The availability diary? What are you talking about? You know that diary that's in the office where everyone writes down when they're unavailable? You know, so that you can do the rota with that knowledge? No, I don't look at that. I just write the rota as I see fit, and if they can't attend, then that's gross misconduct. Well, that makes total sense. Well, did anyone call out or not turn up for a shift? No, everyone was at every shift. No one even called in sick. I guess because I looked at the diary and made sure everyone was working when they wanted to work. What's it got to do with them, though? It's a job. I'm the manager. I just tell them when they're working. Okay, our high staff turnover has just become crystal clear. Hey Karen. Emily, did you have a nice night off yesterday? Do you know, it was lovely. Thank you for asking. I mean, I'm always on the late shift, so it was really nice to be able to go home at 4, get ready, have a nice night out. Yeah, I didn't ask for your life story. I tried to contact you last night, okay? It didn't even ring, Emily. It didn't even ring. Now, I'll have you know that it is against company policy to block or mute my number. Okay, it isn't, but I could see why you would need to write that into the policy. So you'll be written up if you do have my number blocked, Emily. Karen, I don't have your number blocked, but I went to the cinema last night, so I just put my phone on airplane mode. No one could get in contact with me. And you just conduct yourself like this. Oh my God. What, with boundaries and a respect for my own privacy? Yeah, that is how I conduct myself, Karen. But what if it was an emergency, Emily? Like, it could be a real life or death emergency, and I can't even get in contact with you? Oh, I would feel confused as to why whenever there's an emergency, that's always my responsibility, Karen. It's called being a team player, Emily. I don't know what team you're on about, but I didn't remember signing up to be on the police team, paramedic team, the fire department team, because they're the only people who should be dealing with emergencies, not me.
Hi team, good morning. Thank you all for attending this meeting. Okay, because we have a lot of new starters at the moment, I think it's time that all of us sit down together and really go through the culture here at the pub, the work ethos that we expect, and the atmosphere that we like to foster here, okay? Now, to our newbies, welcome aboard. We really want you to think of this place as a family, okay? We really do want to grow with each other and grow together into better versions of ourselves. And I really think that you'll realise that that's exactly what we offer here at the pub for minimum wage. And because we like to think of ourselves as a family, we have come to the decision as a family that any overtime that you do is because you love your family. Yeah, and you do not need to be monetarily compensated for that, because you wouldn't need to be monetarily compensated for going to visit your nan, would you? So you don't need to be paid to come in extra. Also, on that note, if I call you and it's a little bit early, you know, maybe like 5 in the morning, if your mum or your brother or someone in your family called you at 5 a.m, you would answer, wouldn't you? You'd need to know what the problem was. I expect you to answer when I call you. And just on that, especially this is for our newbies, because we really think of ourselves as a family here. If we need you to come in and cover, like, for example, if your mum needed you to come over and help her, and it was an emergency, you know, and you would make sure you were there within like 10 minutes, right? If I call you to cover and you're not here within 10 minutes, that will be a disciplinary, okay? We're gonna love it here. We really are just a family. Emily, is that you? Hi, Karen. Long time no see. How are you? I'm great. So you work here? That's nice. Yeah, I've been in here for a while. You okay? Can I help you with anything? Yeah, you can actually just go grab your manager for me. Is something wrong? Oh, no, it's just I have an interview here today for the assistant manager job. You're not at the pub anymore? Well, not too sure yet. Just, you know, seeing what other options are out there for me, you know. I've got a lot of experience and a wealth of knowledge, you know, to give to maybe another industry. So go ahead, go get your manager. Don't want to keep them waiting. Right, yeah, sure. Let's, I'll go get him. You wait right there. Yes. I think this would be quite a nice place to manage. I'm so sorry, Karen, your interview's been cancelled. I'm sorry? Says who? Says the manager. The manager said that they would rather walk over broken glass than work with you. Who is this manager? What the hell are you talking about? They don't even know me. Karen, I'm the manager. I left the pub to come and manage here. I told you this. That's impossible, Emily. You don't have any managerial experience. Why would they just hire you to manage an entire shop? Because, Karen, I essentially did your job for 4 years. As soon as I explained my experience to the regional manager, she hired me like that. Well, you're welcome, Emily, because, you know, my management style got you this job. I have never met anyone so delusional in my life. So did I get the job? Karen, get out of my shop before I call the police. Good morning, employees. Karen, what are you doing here? Managing my pub, Emily. What do you think I'm doing? Don't be so silly. Karen, didn't you get, let go and then, barred from the premises? I recall that vaguely. Why would I be here with the keys and the entry card if I would been fired, Emily? Don't be ridiculous. I think maybe you need to stop drinking. I don't drink, Karen. I'll be in my office. Emily, why don't the keys to my office work? Probably because we have a new manager and they have their own keys. And seeing as you were barred from the premises and deemed a liability, we changed the locks. But why would you change the locks on my office? It's my office because I am the manager. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to explain, Karen. You're not the manager anymore. I didn't hear what you just said. Do you just not recognise you're not the manager anymore as words? So they block them out of being able to hear them? What did you say? I didn't hear you. Karen, you can't be here anymore. Well, who's covering my shift? I'm the manager. I'm on the floor. I'm covering the floor. I'm looking after everyone. Who's doing that if I'm not here? The new manager? No, Emily, you're mistaken because I am the manager. There doesn't need to be a new one. I feel quite unsafe being this close to you right now, Karen. I'm not gonna lie. You don't feel unsafe. I'm your manager. No, you're not. Sorry, what did you say? I didn't understand that.
Karen, can I just talk to you about something? Emily, what is it? Okay, I'm very busy. Yeah, for sure. You called me like 15 times last night. Yeah, you didn't answer, Emily. Well, it was like midnight, so no, I didn't answer. Well, as your manager, Emily, I had a very important question to ask you, and you didn't make yourself available. So what was so important that you couldn't answer the phone? I was asleep. Anyway, Karen, I just wanted to say that that's like super inappropriate. Can you not do that? Excuse me? Look, if you call me and I don't answer, just leave a message and I'll get back to you, or I'll talk to you when I'm next in work. Please don't call me 15 times in a row, especially like that late at night. Emily, I have never been spoken to by an employee like this. My job is incredibly important, Emily, and you are part of this team. So if I have a question, I expect you to make yourself available to answer. It's not that difficult. You've come in to moan about how I called you 15 times, when if you just answered the phone once, there wouldn't be a problem here. That's not really the point, Karen. I just wanted to say that it's inappropriate for you to basically hound me while I'm at home. And what was so important that you had to get an answer immediately at midnight? Oh, it was very important. Okay, enlighten me. What was it? Well, you know. No, I don't know. That's why I'm asking. Well, I couldn't find the stapler. What? Well, I couldn't find the stapler, and I needed to do my handover, and I remembered you used it last, so I called you 15 times to ask you where the stapler was at midnight. I need to lie down in a dark room. Oh, Karen, it's been crazy out there all day.
If it's so crazy out there, Emily, why are you in here talking to me?
Look, there's like an hour left of my shift. Is there any way I could go on my break now?
Thank you, Emily. I'm perfectly capable of organising my staff's breaks. Not that it's any of your business, but Beth's just gone on her break, so you'll have to wait.
Beth's only been here for an hour, Karen. That's not fair. I've been meaning to have a chat with you about this. Emily, I'm the manager. I will be responsible for breaks and such, okay? So your input is actually not required. So I get to go back out there absolutely shattered because I've done 9 hours without a break. Beth comes in, says hi to one table and goes on a break. No, that isn't fair. Emily, I think that's your own responsibility to be managing your efforts so that you can get through a whole shift. Yeah, with a break, which I have not had. Well, you can go when Beth gets back. How long's she gonna be? Well, I just sent her, so she'll be an hour. Karen, I'm done in an hour. Well, there you go. What a lovely break. You get to finish. Well, I'm not gonna go back out and do my last hour, Karen. I'm exhausted. I haven't eaten. I've been here since 8 a.m. Emily, you can't refuse to work. I just did. Look, you've got tables out there to serve, okay? I think it's best you get over this tiredness. Maybe we need to look at a lifestyle change so that you're not so exhausted for no reason. Do you know what I'm going to do instead? I'm going to go let all my tables know that they'll be dealing with Karen from now on, and I'm going home for a nice bubble bath. Enjoy the regular on table 7 with all the special orders, Karen. Emily, do not threat Shiori.
Hey Karen, do you have some time to talk?
No.
Sorry, it's just about my availability going into September.
Well, that doesn't matter, Emily, does it? Because you're full-time and fully flexible.
Well, not from September.
I'm not sure why you'd be changing your availability, Emily, because I took you on full-time. Full-time, fully flexible.
Yeah, I know, Karen. Remember we talked, though, that I was going to go back to school in September, like a couple nights a week. Oh, you were serious?
Yeah, so I've managed to get a few night classes. I did try and make sure that it was the quiet nights, so you can have someone else do them, but basically I'm not going to be able to work after 4 on a Monday and a Wednesday.
Oh, so when you said fully flexible,
You lied. You just lied straight to my face.
no, Karen, I didn't know I was going back then, and I've tried to make it as easy as possible.
Well, it would just be much easier if you weren't going back to school at all, Emily. You could just be fully flexible, dedicate your time to the pub. That would be easiest.
Karen, it's 2 nights a week. You can make those my days off, and I'll work all weekend. It's not a problem.
I don't know. I would just prefer all the staff to have full flexibility, because then I don't get stressed doing the rota. Like, look, next Wednesday, I need someone to close, and now you can't do Wednesdays. Yeah, no, I can't do it, actually. Every member of staff has to have full flexibility, or I can't cope.
Karen, I can close next Wednesday. This is just going into September.
Then why are you telling me now, if it's not relevant now?
Karen, I was just trying to give you some notice so that you could plan.
I just don't understand, Emily. It's so overwhelming. Actually, I'm going to take a mental health day. You can run the night. I'm getting out of here.
Okay, Emily, if you go take your hour now, I'll see you back here at 2. Okay? I did only start 2 hours ago, though, and I'm here till close, so can I have my break a bit later?
No, Emily, it's very busy later, okay? We're going to need you on the floor, working hard.
Okay, so I'm gonna do 2 hours of a 12-hour shift, have a break, and come back and do 9 hours without a break.
Yes, Emily, welcome to hospitality.
Okay, whatever. I'll see you in an hour, Karen.
Where are you going, Emily?
On my break?
Yes, I know that. Where are you going for your break?
Oh, I'm gonna go meet my mum. She's in town, so I'm just gonna go have lunch with her.
Emily, have you never worked in hospitality before? I don't know why you're doing this.
Sorry, is there a problem with that?
Yes. What if we need you?
Well, I'm on my break, so why would you need me?
It might get very busy, okay? I might need to pull you off of your break.
Okay, but then I would have to, like, restart my break and do it again.
Why would you have to do that?
Because I'm working for 12 hours. I need a full uninterrupted hour break. So why don't I just leave and then you can't interrupt it, and then we don't reset this whole game every time that it's busy?
Emily, that's not how it works. You need to be on the premises in case we need you for emergencies.
No, you don't. I know you want me here so that you can pull me off my break and then not finish off my break for the rest of the 9 hours, but I'm gonna go out, have my full hour, and come back and finish my shift because I'm allowed to.
Emily, you're not allowed to leave the premises.
Says who?
The manager.
Okay? You're not the governing authority on breaks, Karen.
This is very unprofessional of you, Emily. I hope you know that.
I don't know that, but if I did, I wouldn't care.